Alright, come on in, hit the like button, think about subscribing if you're already. You're new here, welcome to the channel, but most importantly, welcome to the Viking family. So this is my personal opinion and a quick review for the 2024 horror comedy film called Get Away, starring Nick Frost. Now here is the plot. A remote getaway takes an unexpected turn when a family discovers the island that they're on is inhabited by a serial killer. Here's some of the cast. This was such a super weird film, even deeply disturbing at times, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a dry humor horror film that I believe is Swedish made. I could be wrong, let me know in the comments, but it really feels like films such as The Gnomes and some other Scandinavian horror films I've seen the past couple years. But honestly, the pacing felt off to me, and a lot of the comedy felt overdone and sometimes forced. It was interesting how they wrote the family to be the most obnoxious, stereotypical tourists, considering the context of the island. But to me, none of the characters was really likable. It was also pretty bland story-wise, and overall I wouldn't brag about it. Here's my honest and personal rating. Look, for me the film was easily forgettable, and for a dry humor comedy film wasn't even really funny because they kept overdoing it with the comedy. You know, especially, I have no problem with dry humor. It's just when they either go too hard on it or it's just like way too dry. You know, it's just not entertaining. Yeah, so leave me your comments down below what your guys' thoughts on. I saw some couple of reviews a couple minutes ago going into this. Apparently there's a lot of people that didn't like it, a lot of people that did like it, which I'm not a lot of people, but I imagine there's a little bit of people that liked it, excuse me. It's just been a long day. But, you know, it is each one their own. We have our own opinions, and my opinion is the movie kind of sucked, to be honest, even for a Nick Frost film, which you wouldn't go into expect a whole lot going into it necessarily, but other than just pure entertainment. But even then, this wasn't even entertaining. The writing was not great, but I think what it came down to is the forced constant comedy with the overdone horror score to it, when it wasn't really needed. And I think they did try a little too much with the dark horror comedy portion of it as well. There's the parts that I was saying that was disturbing. It's necessarily not going to do well for a film if it's done a certain way. That's just all my personal opinion. But remember, I love you all. Please stay safe. Spread love, most importantly. Skull.